What is up guys, Tubbs Gaming here again with another Pokemon unboxing video. Today we've got two of the V battle decks. We've got the Noivern one and the Rayquaza battle deck. These are ready-made decks that you can go out, buy from the shops and get straight into playing competitively. They're very similar to the Mewtwo and Shadow Rider and Ice Rider decks that we recently opened on the channel. So let's crack in and see what's in them. So those are the two decks that we've got there. We've got the Noivern one and the Rayquaza deck. We're going to start with the Noivern one.
Okay, let's stop the video right there. I know it's Noivern. I don't know what I thought it was on the day of recording this video, but I'm sat here in a Christmas t-shirt editing this video and it's getting on my nerves as much as I'm sure it's getting on your nerves. Even the dog's annoyed. So contrary to popular belief, I do know what I'm talking about. I don't know where my head was at while I was recording this video. But now, looking back on it, let's set the record straight and get on with the video.
They were released at pretty much, I think, if not the same time, pretty much the same time. So we're going to get into that one first. Obviously, we have looked at these before, but we're just going to look at the back of one of these sets just to see what we've got there. So you can see we've got the 60 card deck, 3 reference cards which are quite useful, a rules booklet, so for anyone that's starting out that is very useful. There's a playmat in there, it's a paper playmat, damage counters, there's a metallic coin, a deck box, a quick guide to unlock the strategies within. That sounds very exciting. And a code card obviously, which as I always do on the channel I'll give away, so hang on for that. Within this deck we've got the Noivern V, we've got the Lugia, Xatu, Natu, Crobat, we've got Golbat, a Zubat, Alcremie and Milcery, a Copycat, Dan, Energy Search, Escape Rope, Evolution Incense, which is always useful to have in these decks. We've got Gordy, Great Ball, Hop, Potion, Sonia. There's 8 Dark Energy and 8 Psychic Energy in there, so there's a total of 16 energies in the Noivern one. In the Rayquaza set, obviously there's that Rayquaza V, there's a Lantern, Chinchou, Volcarano, Larvesta, Thundurus, Manectric, Electric, Simisear, Pansear. This is the first time I've seen this, so I'm very surprised that we're getting quite a lot of lightning or electric Pokemon in there. Dan, Energy Retrieval, Energy Search, Escape Rope, Evolution Incense, Gordy, Great Ball, Gym Trainer, Hop, Potion, Sonia, and there is Fire Energy and Lightning Energy. Okay, so the Rayquaza attacks, like I said, I'm not sure, I haven't done any research into these at all. The Rayquaza must have colourless attacks in there, so we'll have a look. That one, I'll be honest, after seeing that, I'm quite excited to see how that will play. We'll crack these straight open and we'll just look at them and see what we can do with these decks, because obviously what you're going to do if you're buying a product like this, really cool coin there, if you're buying a product like this you're going to be wanting to maybe start out, maybe grow a competitive deck or something along those lines. We have talked about this a little bit in previous videos, but at the top, if you want to buy one of these products, there is a play level, and that sort of gives you an outline of what level of play you can play at. So there's level 1, there is level 2 and level 3, and I'll put some information on screen now just so that you can see what those levels outline for them. So we're going to start by seeing what's in here other than the cards. Obviously we're going to look at keep the cards till last. We have, I can't remember what they called them on the back of the pack, but these are effectively little, and I've said this before, little crib sheets. So it helps you out with what happens when your Pokemon's poisoned, confused, burned, asleep or paralysed, and it gives you a little bit more information about special conditions and what you can do during your turn. There is your code card. There is that stunning V card there, so you can see it requires Dark Energy and Psychic Energy to use those attacks. It's got 200 hit points, and obviously, as these usually are, this is a promo card. It's not part of an expansion set. It's obviously part of the Sword and Shield promo cards. So I'll put that over to one side. We're also going to put the deck over to one side for now, because we're going to have a look at the other bits and pieces that are in here. So we've got the coin there. which has got Noibat on it, so that's quite a cool coin. Obviously on the back it's got the Pokemon logo there. What you do get as well are these little damage counters. Very, very useful if you've got none of these products and you want to start out playing. You can use those. We have the Battle deck. So it just talks you through how to use the deck a little bit there, which again, very useful if you've never played. And on the other side we've got the Rayquaza one. So the idea, obviously, these did come out together. So if you're thinking about buying this for somebody as a gift, if there's two people that like Pokemon and want to get into playing TCG competitively, it might be worth getting one of each. As I said at the start of the video, I bought these during Black Friday, and I think they're about £11.50. So for a 60 card deck with all the additional bits and pieces that you get in this set, it is a great price. Put those over there, and let's have a quick look at this quick start rules guide. I'm only going to go through this with the one deck because obviously it is exactly the same in the other set as well, but you can see it talks you through how to set up the table, what you can and can't do, what the information on the cards means. I will at some point on the channel be doing a collecting and playing Pokemon TCG video, so if that's something you're more interested in, drop a comment in the comment section. Just let me know that that's something that you'd like to see in the future. Talks you through what to do before the game, obviously what you can do during your turn and bits and pieces like that. So that is sort of like your little Bible for this set for when you get into playing. This again, it will be slightly different for each set. So what we can see is it's a playmat, effectively a paper playmat. So you don't have to sort of break the bank to start playing with this set. You can go in, you've got your playmat, you've got your damage counters and things like that. All you need is maybe a dice. You've got the coin. A lot of people don't use the coins. A lot of people use a die. Odds and evens will be heads and tails. And on the back of that, if you do get both sets and you just want to use one of these, you've got a nice little poster on the back there with both of the featured Pokemon there. So let's move that and throw it over there, and then let's have a look at the decks. So obviously there's your sort of it's not a chase card, but there's your nice little fancy card that you'll use in the deck. And what you also get is a little cardboard box where you can actually hold the deck in. So it does hold 60 cards. If with these decks you wanted to put them in sleeves to sort of maybe show off one of the Elite Trainer boxes you've got, or protect them a little bit more, they unfortunately won't fit in to these boxes, which is a little bit of a pain, but it depends if you want to use it. If it's something you're starting with, you've never played TCG before, maybe get this, keep them in that little box and look at getting other decks in future. So for my decks, I've got one of I'll show you on this camera here. It's a proper deck box, and what this deck box has is sort of sections in there to keep your cards. There's a nice little section. There's a nice little section in the middle there, which has got one drawer in. And within that drawer, obviously, you can keep your bits and pieces there. So your V markers, your damage counters, and things like that. And there's another one there. Obviously, a lot of people at a lot of times will play with multiple decks. So each of these has a deck in. Obviously, at the moment, there I'm using the Ice Rider Calyrex deck. So with these decks, obviously, you've got all the energies you could need there. Obviously there's some trainer cards in there as well. These are normally sort of laid out a little bit neater than this when you open them, but we've got your Pokemon cards in there as well. Energy scattered throughout, so it's pretty much ready, shuffled for you. So literally, and obviously if you're playing this competitively you wouldn't be able to do this, but you could literally pull this out of the box, throw the Noivern in there, and start playing. So you can see all those cards that we mentioned at the start of the video are in there. Nice little Lugia card there. So yeah, there's your pack. Obviously throw that V card in there and you're ready to go. With the V card, obviously Noivern does evolve. What we can see in the top corner here is that this V card, as is the case with all V cards, it's a basic card. So you don't actually need the pre-evolution to use this card during play. This effectively runs in your deck very well, exactly the same as that card would, as your Natu would, or your Zubat. What you do have, for anyone that doesn't know, you've got cards like this, which are stage 1 cards. So this Xatu card requires Natu to be in play for it to be evolved. That's not the case with Noivern. If you pull it in your hand, you can put it straight on your deck, straight on your bench, or straight in your active play spot if you've got nothing there, and you can play it straight away. So it is a good little deck for starters, and the Rayquaza deck will be very, very similar to that. So we'll crack that open. Obviously, as I did with the last deck, I will give you the code card. So what you'll be able to do with that is go straight into TCG online and play this deck, which is really good because sometimes you'll be able to test the deck out beforehand, and you've always got it then, the cards on there, and the flip coin there is the Rayquaza version. On the back is exactly the same. All the bits and pieces are the same there as well, except for the playmat, which this time around has your Rayquaza playmat on, and on the other side it's exactly the same with that nice little poster. So it is a good set, nice little set there, all the bits and pieces, all very useful if you're starting out. We've got those advice cards and your V card. You've also got the code card there, so I'll throw that over to one side, and let me know once you've used these code cards how you get on with the set on TCG Online, because obviously you'll be able to use that straight away. There's that Rayquaza V card, which again is a promo card, again is a basic card, so you can use that straight away. No need for evolutions. There's a Thundurus in there, Chinchou, and all the other cards that we mentioned at the start of the video. This does run as a fire and lightning deck, so there's plenty of fire and lightning energy in there. Lots of cards in there for you to get 2 cards, multiple cards, sorry, switch cards and things like that in there for you to help you sort of just carry on and pull as many cards out of your deck that you need. And as I mentioned earlier, I thought these attacks would be colourless. They're actually electric and fire requirements. So you've got all of those energies in that deck, so you can crack straight in and start playing straight away. So the one thing I would say, if you wanted to start playing competitive Pokemon TCG, is just get out there. The best thing to do is just get out there and start playing. If you did want to test these decks out, obviously the code card is probably the best thing to do to start, because you put that code card into pokemon.com/redeem. You'll be able to attach it to your account and get straight onto TCG Online, download those decks and play with them. But as I've said in previous videos, get yourself out there. If you want to start playing TCG, the best thing to do is find your local card shop. Usually they'll have sort of evening sessions where they'll let you go and play TCG against other people. It's the best thing to do, because at the end of the day, no one in there is going to make starting the game difficult for you. If you're worried about getting in there and not knowing what to do, no one is going to try to knock you down for starting. Everyone has started playing TCG at some point. No one has started as an expert. So get out there and start playing. It's the best way to begin. So if you do like the content, guys, remember to like and subscribe. If you like this sort of content, drop a comment in the comment section. Just let me know that you want to see more of this type of video. A lot of the videos we normally do on the channel are just booster openings and ETB openings and things like that. If you want more deck videos and deck building and TCG playing videos, drop a comment in the comment section and let me know that that's what you want to see. Until next time, thanks guys.